Hello everybody, happy Monday. No, I am not leaving my husband. I totally just realized that at work today and then I forgot to put it on when I got home. I was making shortbread last night and I took off my wedding ring and then you have that naked feeling all day long. Okay, so if you hit my blog this morning, you would have seen a card that I created using this super fun set, very vintage. Now, you'll notice it says right up here, it is a host set, meaning you can earn it when you host a Stampin' Up! Party, workshop, whatever. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. But I think I kind of got sucked in because I wanted to show you some fun stuff. Hello, Denise and Jen and Carolyn, that I was able to do using this set. Hi, Terry. So we're going to slap this guy on here and Kathy. And then we're going to grab, just a second, I'm going to grab a little, not a little, but a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Okay. Now we're going to work with my Night of Navy on this. I'm going to show you. So we are going to ink this bad boy up. So I'm mixing a little bit of old and a little bit of new. Okay. And you're going to see this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this. We'll go right here. Okay, so we've got that. Now, I am going to grab just one of my blender pens. If you don't have a set of blender pens, you want one. I don't know. You can use an aqua painter too, I guess. But the blender pens are amazing for this. So you can kind of see here, I'm just taking what I've already kind of pushed in terms of ink, and then I'm stealing ink from it. Hello, Jamie. I can't, sorry, if I look up right now, I'm going to sloop it. So we're not going to sloop here. I'm going to pay attention. So I'm kind of going in just everywhere we've got a flower. Now, the reason I started playing with this last night was I was looking at this super cute layout. I will often look for a sketch to kind of base my card on. I'm not great at designing layouts myself. So that is something I often seek inspiration for. And then once I find a layout I like, I'm like, oh, okay, I've got some stamps. That'll work with that. And I was kind of on a monochromatic kick when I was working on this yesterday. So I'm going to go through, just give it a bit of color. So I'm just hitting all my flowers with that blender pen. Now, obviously, the longer it's been since I stamped, it's not as easy to pull the color because the color starts to dry. So you're not really, well, I mean, it was dry pretty quick. Okay, so you can kind of see there. Yes, we like. Good. I think I hit all my flowers. I hit all my bits. Good. Okay, so let's get all the bit parts ready first so we don't have to worry about those. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out of here. Now it's got this, you can actually make a ton of cute stuff with that little background. But what we'll do is we will take this. We're going to ink it up in Night of Navy. We're going to stamp it on here. Okay, and then once that's done, I'm going to take, I used this one, so I'll choose the same one for now. It's a pretty little sentiment. So this one just says, I have no idea. What does it say? I can't read it right now. It says, you're a blessing. Okay, now what I did note, look at here, I've got a lot of rubber hanging out on this side. So when I flip it over, the left-hand side's got extra rubber. So in order for me to kind of make sure it's centered, I'm going to ink it up, but then I'm not going to center it on my paper when I stamp it. I'm going to pull it more to the left. See, look at that. Woohoo! Go ahead with your bad self. So guys, it is definitely something to note when you're working with a rubber stamp and not a photopolymer in terms of where you're working. Now, I'm going to ink up my little, hello Jojo. Okay, ink up my little bee. Okay, and then with the bee, I think I might do that same thing we did with that last one with a blender pen. We're going to give him a little, he's got a blue body. He's a blue bee. He's sad today. Okay. Next thing we are going to do is I'm going to get a strippy dippy of, I want a relatively thin strip. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, here, I'm going to steal this Smart Stamping. Oh, I don't know. Don't push it that much. What I'm doing right now where you can't see me is I am stealing the paper that we were working on, and I was just cutting off a strip of Whisper White. Okay, so it's about a 1/2 inch wide. Hello, Alana. Okay. Now we're going to grab this stamp. Now we're not at the fun part yet. The fun part is something I'm going to show you that you can do is with the new rectangle dies. So stamp set, sorry, I'll put it back in the picture, then you can see it. So Nancy, not a new stamp set. It's actually one of our gorgeous Hostess sets, and it's called Very Vintage. Now I'm going to cover up the middle of it. So I'm not going to stress too much. Oh, sorry, child playing Fortnite and yelling very loudly. I do apologize. I'm just going to come over here. There we go. Okay, so we've got it kind of going all the way across, and I can hide up my little zone where I did them in the middle. Now, next thing we need to grab, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have, where'd it go? Nope, not it. What did I do with it? Oh, my Darling label. It's like, it's not in my box. There we go, because I put it in the drawer. So this, I can't even talk. This punch is from the Darling label punch box, okay? So this was a super cute little one that we've got. So I'm just coming in here. Boop. And I mean, you guys, you can punch it out with anything, or you could use your little paper snips and you could trim that one out if you don't have the punch box. Okay, so I'm making you watch me fussy cut my bee. Reason being is once I kind of get through this, then we're moving to the Big Shot and then we're assembling it. So I don't want to have to go back and fussy cut my bee. So when I'm fussy cutting, something you will notice is I'm not actually moving my scissors. Do you see that my scissors are staying facing the same direction the whole time? And I'm simply moving that paper around. Reason being, that way I can kind of make sure that I'm always staying roughly the same distance from the bee and kind of getting an even border, a bit more like a framelit versus, you know, when you fussy cut sometimes and it can kind of get all wonky. Well, we don't want that. We don't want wonky, or at least not on our bee. No wonky bees today. He's already blue. We don't want him wonky too. Oh, that was like a rhyme. Already blue, not wonky too. Okay, sorry, I can't talk and cut because I'm gonna... Just a second, I'm such a spaz. I'm sorry, you guys. You ever realize some of the things that you do when you're on your own are kind of embarrassing in front of other people? Okay, so now I have decided I am going to get a soundproof studio because the puppy, Mr. Harleybean, has been put downstairs with Mama because Dada was cooking and, you know, steroid dog keeps trying to steal things right now. So I put him downstairs, but right now he's sitting at the door that goes out of my craft area that goes into the kind of upstairs of the house, and he's crying because his life is so hard. Boo-hoo. Sorry. Okay, almost cut. There we go. Okay, so we got it. Let's get rid of the bits. Now, the one thing I want to make sure is that this segment here that we've got here, I'm only going to make sure it's 4 1/4 wide because that's how wide my card's going to be. Okay, so just a sec. Chop. Okay, so he's ready. He's 4 1/4. And then I've got my card base, and I did go lengthwise on this one. Okay, so we've gone kind of this way. And then, oh, I know what else we need. We need one more piece of United Navy cardstock. And it does need to be, hang on, I'm coming. I'm going to go 4, whoops, by 3 3/4. Okay, so I've got all my bits. You ready? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Big Shot. So this is where you're going to see a little bit of new stuff mixed in, okay? So let's take this. We're going to move all of our little things up top. We're going to do the die thing last because I really want you to see that. It's super cool. Okay, so I'm going to take my Big Shot, and I have a new embossing folder, not yet out, okay? So there's this one right here. Now, it is a dynamic embossing folder. It means I don't need to have 2 plates on there. Again, they rocked it, and we've still got that great line. So I'm going to come in down here. Where'd my line go? Why can't I see? Oh, I can see it now. I'm like, why can't I see it? What's wrong with my eyes? Okay, so I just want to make sure, though, that this is centered because I know I have issues, but I want the pattern to kind of be equal on both sides. There we go. Okay, so we got that, and we're going to cover it up with our plate. Okay. Whoa, what is going on? Oh, I didn't take the bottom one off. As I said to you guys, don't have it on, and then I left it on. I'm like, why is it not working? Why is it not going through? You're off center. No, I know I'm off center. Okay, you'll see. I'll show you in 1 second, Nance. So Nancy's saying you're off center. Yes, I'm absolutely off center in the folder right now, but I'm going to show you. See what I did, Nance? I wanted this and these even, and if you look at the actual embossing folder, they're not. You've got 2 of them here, and then you've got a start of one over here. So I made it kind of, you know, centered in terms of the actual pattern. Oh, you meant you couldn't see it. I'm sorry. Bonehead. I'm off center. Yeah, well, I've got a lot more than my stamping that's off center. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the Big Shot back together, okay? And we are going to grab, hang on, here we go. Oh, I'm telling you what to do, Nancy, and I'm not even on the screen. Super helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to come in and we've got these gorgeous new framelits coming out. And you're going to notice that they're double-edged, okay? So what they've got is they will leave an outline, but they will also leave an inside. Now, this isn't really going to work at this point. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to come in here and look at it. I've cut it too short. But that's not going to be an issue because I didn't actually want it all. I'm going to show you just now. Okay, so I've got that one on there. Let's get the other clear plate. And we're going to tuck you in there. And then we're going to drop you. And then I'm going to show you how you can use these framelits. This is crazy. To get the right size that you want for anything. Okay, so check this out. Okay, so pop them out. Okay, so do you see? Nothing down here because I didn't have enough, but I don't want it to be that big. So I'm going to take it and you can actually feel it click back in. Does that make sense? I'm only showing, okay, oh, I see what you're saying because of this. Okay, hang on, Nance. Okay, so here, let's make sure you can see this. So here it is. We die cut it. And remember, I didn't cut him big enough. So you can see that the bottom, I'm going to do a big shot because I have to be too close to you when I do it that way. The big shot, you can see when I die cut it, I made him, he was too small. But it doesn't matter because I want to adjust him. I'm making a mess. Okay, because I don't want it that big. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that die and I'm going to slide it up on top of this, okay? On top of the one I've already been cutting. Now it actually clicked in. I can feel it. And what happened was these little ridges went back into ridges that were already there. Now this is where I want you to pay attention. I don't want to do anything to the die up at the top. It's already cut. It's perfect. It's exactly how I want it. But I want to do down at the bottom, I want to make it smaller, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back into my big shot. I'm going to put the end that I want the cutting to happen on down at the bottom. You see that? Everybody's good? Okay. Then I'm going to put my plate back over top. And we're going to crank it in. And we're not cranking it all the way because I don't need it to do anything up at the top. But I am going to crank it in. And then I'm going to pull it out. Okay, so let's see what happened. Okay, so check this out. Now, we can get rid of that extra piece. Ta-da! Do you see that? I made the frame the exact size that I wanted. I know, honestly, you're gonna, oh, and the tea set, I know, got some beautiful stuff. So you guys, you got that whole set that does these beautiful edges, but it doesn't matter the width. I can still cut them down and make them the size that I need them. So this is like a endless set. Does that make sense to you? You can change them up to meet your needs. Okay, so now let's go through and put this bad boy together. Okay, so that piece that we just cut, 2 5/8, just a second, I'm chopping off the mat for it. So I gotta measure one more time. Say it out loud. Somebody here, you wanna look at this for a second. I'm gonna give you this. You look at this for 2 seconds, and I don't know, look at these, because then you've got something to see. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring that little white piece that we did. So it's 2 5/8 by 3 1/2. So now I'm going to give it 3 5/8 by 2 3/4. So I just want an eighth of an inch bigger on each dimension so that I could get a little Native Navy mat for it. Okay, so as I said, if you are just joining me now, I was just teaching everyone how you can take this new rectangle die that's coming up and you can shorten it to make whatever size you want in terms of length, okay? So make sure you go back in and watch that part of the video. Honestly, if I did nothing else today, I'm hoping I showed you how to do that. Okay, so next thing we are going to do is we are going to take this and we're going to grab my snail. Now this part is comical. I'm going to admit to you, I was howling last night because when I was putting my snail onto this guy, I don't know about you, but if you have a really bumpy designer series paper, snail does not really stick to it, and you can kind of actually make it around it without leaving snail. So I'm not pressing too hard. How did you do November's paper pumpkin video? I didn't see it or could find. Oh, I'm not fine. Sorry, Becky, if you look on my YouTube, it's on my YouTube channel. So it's just a North Shore Stamper YouTube channel. Okay, so this, we're going to come back in, and we're just going, oops, we're going to make sure, which way did I go? I went that way, okay. So we're going to take this on here, and I'm going to snail it down, just like that, okay. And then we're going to take this piece here, and I'm going to tuck him across the top, Dun, dun. Hello, Barbara. Hi, Sharon. Okay, I'm almost in. Whoops. Now I got to make sure I don't tuck it under. That's what I don't want to do. I want him to kind of sit against where that one is. There. There. Pretty close. Okay. You made it live. I know, girl. Now, see, this will drive me crazy. So I am going to do a tiny little snip, snip to take it off because otherwise I'll go batty. Okay, so we've got that all fixed up there. Now, next thing we're going to do is we are going to take this guy here and we are going to snail him. Don't laugh, I'm pulling out my picture of my original card because I already forgot what it looked like. We're going to snail him to his mat. Hello from Tucson. Oh, I would like to be in Tucson. I could handle a little heat right about now. Okay, you ready? Thank you, Carol. Carol, you're so sweet. Okay, so we got it. Now, as I was saying, if you missed it, you want to go back and watch the whole video because you want to know how to take your new rectangular framelits that Stampin' Up! Has coming out in a few weeks, and you want to know how to take them and shrink them down to different sizes. So please make sure you watch that, okay? That's the very vintage one, hun. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this guy here, and we are going to pop him up on some dimensionals. Boop, boop. Boop. Now this one I did on a blog hop today, and it's like an international blog hop. And then you kind of go to the blog hop and you vote on your favorites. And then from there, they'll pick, the winners of those will get to participate in another blog hop in December. So if you head to my blog at northshorestamper.com, you'll see where you can vote. It'll have the little link for you there. Okay, so then we've got that. Next thing we're going to do, yours are coming tomorrow, woo-woo! Barbara, you're going to love them, is I've got this little guy here, so we're going to pop him onto a dimensional. And yeah, I think I'll come down here. Now I want to make sure that just a sec. Whoa, sorry. Becky, I totally missed what you said. You said, are you going to take a sponge or sponge dauber? I have to be honest with you. I'm really not big on doing it with colors. For me, it really, for some reason, it bothers me putting the colored ones on, or the colored sponging. I love sponging in like, apparently I took the stickiness off that. I love sponging in like crumb cake and stuff like that. I am not a big fan of sponging edges in colors. I know, we've all got our little things, don't we? Have you ever made your students at school make cards? Heck yeah, girl. They've actually done it as fundraisers in the past. And for Mother's Day, what they actually do, I totally know what I'm forgetting. For Mother's Day, what they actually have done in the past is we have made up sets of cards, like a whole kind of stationery set, and then they've given their mother the stationery set, which is super fun to kind of do. Okay, let's come in here. We're going to give it a little, we're going to put our blue bee right on there. Now, this wasn't done to me yet, and I don't know how you feel about this, but what we're going to grab, we're going to reach up here, sorry, and I'm going to grab for you my bow maker. Now, with my bow maker, I went to kind of the smallest setting that hubby made for me because I didn't want this to be too big. I was not going for big. We were just going for a nice set of little bow on it. And so I came in here. I'll show you. Again, if you want like a little neat, tidy bow, and I'm not wrapping it around the card, so this was like the perfect solution for me. Just come in here, like that, pull him off, and we've got this cute little bow. Totally, for some reason that reminds me of a total Minnie Mouse bow. Thank you, Barbara. I'll get you to come over every day. Okay, there we go. So we got that. Let's move the bow maker out of the way. And then all I'm going to do here with this last little bit is we're going to grab my little take a pick tool, which I just shot the whole back end out. How did I do that? Oh, because it wasn't locked. Make sure you lock it. Okay, regardless, who cares? I'm not going to make sure I won't lock it now with you guys. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I'm going to steal one of these. I'm just going to come in and put him over there. That's it. That's all I'm doing with it. Not getting crazy, okay? And we're going to take you and just adhere you to the side. There you go. So you can see, as I said, I mean, the stamp set is beautiful. This is one of the Hostess ones. It's the very vintage stamp set in the annual catalog. fun little technique that I was sharing with you, using your blends to take the color out of your stamped image and kind of pull it right back into the flower. Now this needs an inside. Just a second. I can't not inside it. And I keep, do you ever screw up card fronts? And I don't want to throw them out because I feel like it's a massive waste. So I keep them. Check it out. We got red cars on there, okay? Not exactly what we're going for with the card we're looking for, but it doesn't matter because I could not bear to waste that big piece. So I'll keep these because I hate writing inside of a navy card. And something I would do, and see I've got a schloobel there. A schloobel. That's the technical word for it. Got it? So we're going to ink this bad boy up. And then I'm going to come in here. And I'm just going to add a little bit of something, je ne sais quoi. And then because it was thick cardstock, you're not going to see my real red race cars. Nobody will know. And I did not waste that piece of paper. There we go. Let's put him in. Put him down there. That's not very cut evenly. I am comical by the end of the day. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, but I wanted you to see that because I want you to know how you can take your gorgeous new rectangle framelits and shrink them up to make different sizes and have so much fun with them. They are so versatile. This is going to be like the best money you've ever spent. Okay, so I have something special for you. Going into this last, like we're kind of into the holiday like crunch. We only have 15 days till Christmas. Oh my gosh, my stomach just dropped. With 15 days till Christmas, I'm realizing I have some fun products that I would still like to give away. So check it out. Have a look. We have got, with all my mess, we have got the galvanized clips. We have got 2 of the Warm Hearted stamp set. I have got the beautiful iridescent boxwood wreaths, and we've also got the galvanized buttons, okay? So we've got some fun stuff here. With every $100 order that is placed in my store with me online, you are going to get to choose one of these until they're gone. So basically what you can do is I'm going to post a picture of this on my Facebook page, these things. You call dibs, so you say dibs on Warm Hearted. And then once you've called dibs on Warm Hearted, you've got an hour. So get your buttons online, place your order, and then once you placed your order, I'm going to mail you out Warm Hearted. But also, so you can see right in it who's called dibs on what. And then as they go, but again, people only have an hour. So with each hour you've got, you can grab a new one, but it's a $100 purchase or more, and I will send you out one of these fun freebies. So we've got the galvanized buttons, we have got the galvanized clips, we have got the iridescent boxwood wreaths, and we've got still Warm Hearted 2 of them. Yes, Debbie, I'm still live. I'm going to go end it and put it back at the beginning. So make sure you are going to head to shopwithnorthshorestampin.com, and you're going to be able to make your purchase there. And I'm going to go post a picture of these so you can start calling dibs. Night, guys. Have an awesome time. Bye.